What's up, y'all? Welcome back to 1923. I'm your host, the Burger King. Welcome, one and all, to the Big Fish Podcast. Thank you for stopping by and choosing this as a way to spend about an hour or so of your time. I hope this exceeds all your expectations, hopes, and dreams. And on today's thrilling podcast episode, I have a YouTube channel with me today that I've stumbled across on one of my annual crack binges. You can find them reacting to an album near you. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back and enjoy the following podcast with my special guest today, Boy Time. Hi, Boy Time boys. What's up, Boy Time?
What's good?
Howdy.
How's everyone doing?
Pretty good.
Yeah, we're chilling.
I love the name Boy Time. I don't know, that one of the main sticking points that I can't walk away with after finding your stuff, Boy Time.
Good.
It's memorable.
That was memorable. I think we came up with it in 5 minutes. So
it's pretty memorable considering it's 5 minutes. It's a good 5 minutes. I'll give it that much.
Absolutely.
Who came up with the name, or was it a collaborative effort?
God, I don't remember. I think we call our friend groups. I think you did, because we call our friend group the Boys because we're very original. Nobody else has that name. Yeah. And then we're like, okay, well, we started as a podcast, so we're like, Boy Time. That's it, and we're done.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Pretty good name. It's pretty classic, rolls off the tongue. You'd think that there'd be more stuff named Boy Time out there, but I'm pretty sure you guys are the only thing. Well, the only major thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys locked it down in the music review section, I guess you could say.
We did.
Yes, we got in early there. There was another podcast when we started out that had the Boy Time name, and we were worried about them calling us out, but they never did, so... You know, we're good.
We actually did get a comment. We got a comment from a Boy Time YouTube viewer like 2 weeks ago that was like calling us out for stealing their name, and then they instantly deleted their comments. So I don't know what happened. It showed up in studio, and when I went to check, it was just gone.
Did you look into the channel, what they were all about?
I couldn't even find it. Like, he deleted the comment before I could get to it.
Shit. This probably does fucking maybe he's the Nav enjoyer. He's the real Nav enjoyer. That's dangerous.
I could see it.
See, this is the Big Fish Podcast, and some guy popped up recently that is now like a right-wing conservative podcast called the Big Fish Podcast.
Oh, no.
Thankfully, no overflows gone between those.
Yeah.
So I got my little corner over here, and I guess he has his.
Good. That's always a worry when making anything on the internet.
Very true. So, Boy Time, if that is your real name. For those of you who aren't aware of what Boy Time is, can you give them a nice brief description, an elevator pitch, if you will?
We are a music reaction channel, as well as other music content that has gone through many changes, but we focus mainly on discussions rather than wow, freak out reactions. We have very different music tastes, so it was kind of just made as a way to kind of bridge our music tastes a little bit and give different perspectives on things. But it's very casual, very open-ended. It's not like, here's the music theory behind this. It's kind of just what we like, what we don't like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we actually came up with the idea for the podcast, or for the music thing on our podcast. Because we had done, trying to think of the origin here, but we had done a Rolling Stone video, because the Rolling Stone Top 500 albums came out last year, and kind of on a whim, I think this is like our first joint music thing. We made a thing breaking down the top 50 albums there, and so we kind of enjoyed doing that, and kind of went from there, making our own stuff, kept the ball rolling a little.
So Boy Time was originally a podcast, right?
Yeah.
It was a podcast, then it was a gaming channel, then it was a podcast gaming commentary movie track channel.
Whoa.
And now it's here. We've gone through a lot of phases. YouTube algorithm doesn't like us very much, we'll say that.
No, it does not.
You're constantly adapting. You're the best thing for the YouTube algorithm, if anything.
We're pushing through and hoping that YouTube can open up the door to more various channels instead of having 13 different channels for separate things.
Yeah, it's honestly not a terrible idea. I think you guys got a nice niche going for yourself.
Yeah, we've hit our stride now, but YouTube just did not know where to send our stuff when everything.
For a good 3 years, yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right. So for the podcast, since that had its origins, where did the origins of you guys meeting come together? Where did the idea of saying, hey, let's make this content together come from?
Ooh. Do we have the same story of where we met? I don't even remember. It was
high school. Oh, I don't know. Was it middle school?
Maybe, yeah, we're on different pages, I think. It was sometime back then. But we were just friends for, 5-6 years now, something like that.
Yeah.
But we've always kind of been interested in YouTube, but we didn't start it until 3 years ago. We did really bad short films and stuff that are not on the internet, and I hope will never be, probably. But we did that, and then, I don't know, it's just, we're on Discord every day, so it's why don't we make something out of it? We had a film class, and we made a short film in the 10th grade, and then ever since then, we're we should make more content. And now this is kind of where it's led us.
Yeah, a lot of different things leading to music reaction, which frankly, I probably wouldn't have ever foreseen that for me. Since I am such a music idiot, but here we are.
So what would have been the original plan for Boy Time if the music idea didn't come about?
I don't know, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know.
I enjoyed making gaming content because we do play a lot of games, but it takes so long to edit those that it's not realistic. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I feel like our podcast goes strong. That's the one thing that stayed constant throughout everything.
Yeah, we are still making that, but we moved it to a second channel. So, and it's just Boy Time Podcast.
Yeah, there's Boy Time Podcast and there's Boy Time regular channel. You're keeping the branding consistent, which is respectable.
Yes.
Absolutely.
So breaking off from the podcast, how did you feel like this was a good idea to go from, having such a long form, podcasts aren't really super edited, to being a more reaction-based style content? Where did that idea just float about?
So last year I started making reviews and reactions by myself because it was something that I felt we're in a pandemic, I need something to do. So I started doing that. I did a whole Tame Impala series. Then I stopped enjoying it because it's just me and I'm talking to a camera and trying to react to music. It wasn't very exciting. So pulled out of it. We did the Rolling Stones thing, and then I'm hey, we should keep the group dynamic from the podcast and put it into this kind of content because it's a lot more engageable than just staring at me for 45 minutes.
And plus, you get to see my face, so that's a pretty big.
It's always a plus, yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely. Yeah.
So, who are the characters on Boy Time? I know that the two gentlemen here, but there also seems to be a mysterious third member that pops in and out from my viewings that I check out.
He's very mysterious. That is my younger brother that we get every once in a while, whenever he's kind of available. Which he's pretty involved in music consumption, so he's kind of a nice third dad and. And I really like that dynamic when all three of us are there. But we don't anchor him to it just because he's not there every time. But when he joins, it's always a good time.
Gotta love Bab Jab.
Yeah.
The good old boy.
Bab Jab. You guys have funny names. Jerry, Babby, and Bab Jab.
Yeah.
Where do the names come from? Or is it
Jerry
just
likes to
dream?
make names for everybody. So we kind of just take what we're given.
I don't know. It feels a little bit more intimate. It's this is
names,
my
yes.
name for you, and then they're all kind of goofy.
He hasn't called me by my real name in 4 years. So
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember the last time he said it.
So you've just assigned him this name at birth, pretty much, and you're just going from there?
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. I don't even think of him
story.
as his real name. Yeah.
I'm curious, just for my own personal knowledge, is the podcast on Spotify and major podcast streaming services?
We tried to. I don't think we really went through with it. I don't know if we ever want to. I don't know. It's kind of Jerry's kind of the head honcho over there, so whatever he suggests, I'll kind of roll with.
Oh, so he's the leader.
Yeah.
I suppose. I'm just the one that edits the bish and puts it on YouTube. I don't know. I looked into
and structure.
Yeah, whatever. I looked into getting I don't even know the technical jargon to get it up on streaming stuff. I looked into it a couple years ago, and then I realized you'd have to pay to do it, and we're still netting in probably 5 views an episode on average. So it's it's not worth it really. we're just using it as an excuse to talk about what we like. And
Smart.
Yeah. So that's just kind of where that is. I'm not, super interested in growing it. It's just something that we do on the side.
It's just a little passion project.
Yeah.
Smart. Well, I don't want to blow your guys' mind or anything like that, and this might sound like an ad read, but have you heard of Anchor.fm?
I have not.
Anchor.fm is actually the streaming service that I'm using, well, the distribution service I'm using for this podcast, and it's absolutely free, and it gives you 100% creative control to just release your podcast to the Spotify, Apple Podcasts, wherever the major Spotify streaming services are.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah. It sounds like an ad. I sound like I was
we
reading
might have to look into that.
You have to
I
look
will
into
look
that
into
one.
that.
I might have just opened the door for Boy Time to get their
Maybe.
hats into the... Yeah, that'd be lit, though.
I think you did. Yeah, I will look into that.
Thank you, Anchor.fm, for sponsoring this podcast. I appreciate the nice fat check.
Oh, this is the one that Spotify did. Okay,
Yeah,
I was looking into that.
It's Joe Rogan, whatever the other one is, and then there's me.
Oh.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm not
That's
allowed to
awesome.
disclose the amount, but it's
We
big
can
fat
throw a
fucking
Boy
check.
Time in there.
That'd be pretty.
Okay.
I could probably get you some contacts at Spotify. Get
We
you
can
Oh.
compete with Joe Rogan.
a nice fat check. Yeah.
No, we're not competing with Joe Rogan. We're competing alongside Joe Rogan against
yeah.
the Apple Podcast.
Oh yeah, because we'll be
Oh,
on the
yeah,
same
yeah,
team.
That's right. Yeah.
I don't know if I want to be on the same team.
As Joe
Well-
Rogan.
We'll negotiate that.
All right. Respect. You think you could? You think there's ever a point where you could have Joe Rogan on your Boy Time podcast?
That would be nuts.
Well, hopefully.
I'd rather go on his podcast, to be honest.
Yeah, that's a pretty good point.
Yeah. I feel like he has the chaotic energy that the world needs.
Still,
Absolutely.
imagine those numbers if Boy Time featuring Joe Rogan, and but in the contract that you give him, he has to like promote it in all the social media.
Ooh.
Oh, that would be
That,
interesting.
I don't know if that'd be a lot of like ears and eyes.
Yeah, that is true.
that'd be a
That
little
would be kind of
scary.
intimidating, right?
Yeah.
I suppose. I think it would be funny to get like a really famous like celebrity guest to just come on the podcast and like say one word and then just
then
be
leave.
silent. Yeah.
Dip. Yeah.
No, be present. I want them to listen to me, but I don't really want them to talk.
Yeah, just
Okay.
be there. Just have their aura.
Right. So I can still legally put them in the title.
It should be like, yeah, guys, this is Kanye West. He's like, what's up? And they just don't say anything else. It says featuring Kanye West.
That's right. Just
I
says
don't know if you could
Bayes.
ever just say one word, to be honest, though.
You guys make a
That's
good
true.
point. Well, speaking of your most popular video, the way that I found you actually was the Frank Ocean Blonde reaction,
Okay.
as a matter of fact.
Oh,
Do you have any
okay.
memories from the Blonde video?
That was the one. I think that was our second group reaction. We got really lucky with our wheel system that picks an album that we put on there randomly, and it just happened to be like one of the most popular album for views and stuff. But that one kind of like opened up where it's like, hey, there's actually chemistry here, and it's not just like an awkward listening to music thing. Because looking at each other while listening to music is weird at the first couple of times. But that one kind of clicked right away. And I think Jerry listens to that quite a bit now. Right?
I do. Yeah. Yeah. That's like, that's one of my go-to albums like right now.
Oh.
Yeah. So pretty positive memories of that video. I enjoyed doing that one. That was back when I was living back at home over the summer. Now I'm back up at school. So the settings are going to be changing over the
Constant. Yeah.
The
constantly.
times
yeah.
are changing, man.
They sure are. We were messing around with trying to get like my green screen set up so that it would look like that I never left, but that was way too
Yeah, we
complicated.
took a picture of his room and then tried to put it in the green screen and see if anybody would notice, but his lighting was like really bad, so it wouldn't have worked.
Yeah.
That would be really crazy if you just had your green screen and then you just like touch it or something and it just
Yeah,
like
nobody
drops
would know.
and it's like, yeah. That'd be lit actually.
We'll try it again. We just
Yeah.
need better equipment first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Free
We
kind
gotta-
of wants to hit us up and give us some ad money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Invest in a green screen.
Yeah, with the Joe Rogan deal.
Yeah, exactly.
there we go.
Definitely get some good
Yeah.
shit.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So with the Blonde video, that was where you kind of had the idea to like kind of go with this idea of this group reaction thing. And the way that you guys do your group reactions is I kind of like, even though it is a little risky for copyright, where you kind of play like snippets
Yeah.
of the song. Are you ever scared that copyright is just gonna fucking drop its hammer on your channel and be like, oh, money? No.
Absolutely. It happened with MGMT.
Yeah.
A month after, once it hit like, I think 1,500 views, they bopped one of the songs. Like, not before though. So it's like it got popular enough where it's like, nope, we got to take this down. But we had to use the YouTube editor to just like cut it down a little bit, which takes like 2 hours because it sucks. But we're kind of just like fingers crossed, nothing gets hit. Like Black Country New Road, they don't do anything, so we got no copyright anything on that video, which is really cool. But yeah, it's happened a couple times. Once we get monetized, if that ever happens, then it'll be a little bit more of a thing. But for now, it's kind of just risking it.
Well, you're close. You're about halfway there to the sub.
Yeah,
count.
we're about halfway there.
I don't know about the watch hours. I presume it's pretty good considering like 40, like it's album length essentially.
Yeah, I'm very happy with our viewer retention rate. People actually enjoy the conversation, which is good. I never thought people would actually do that.
That's good. I'm curious, since you guys do have the group channel, do you guys have any solo work, or like do you have any solo ventures outside from Boy Time?
You might have a different... I've done stuff on the channel solo. If you go past like last year, actually everything on our channel, we unlisted stuff that isn't relevant right now. So you can find everything in playlists. All like 300 videos or whatever.
I was gonna say, I was looking through your playlist and I saw your gaming content. Yeah,
but I did solo music stuff. But Jerry has some other things.
I do. I have a I have a solo YouTube channel that I post very sparingly on. Just like whenever I think of a funny idea for a video, I'll post it there. That's Sheriff Funnyface.
Sheriff Funnyface. I like it.
Yeah. So that's my solo thing, but you know, I don't really go hard there. I did make a couple like commentary, like video essay type videos like a couple years ago, but that was too much editing time, and I was going to film school, and I was like, nah, I can't. You know, I had too much on my plate already.
Yeah, I got you. Interesting. Sheriff Funnyface. I'm looking through it right now, and it looks like quintessential, like classic 2017, 2018 YouTube.
Oh,
I might
absolutely.
go through this. I like this.
For sure.
I like this type shit.
Yeah, there's some gems in there. There might be some bad stuff too, but you know, that's the risk you take.
Did the Cars video meme like blow up?
It did. Yeah,
didn't get credited for it.
Yeah, because I paid voiceover Pete.
Yeah, I see voiceover Pete stand in front of Lightning McQueen.
Yeah, I paid him to read the Cars 2 copy pasta thing where it's like this dude's eating beans.
This dude's eating beans. Oh, that's
Yeah.
classic.
I got him to read that, and then like I think he posted that on Fiverr on like the website, and so before I got a chance to edit it, someone ripped it off of there and posted it, and it like blew up.
It, like,
Oh,
blew
no
up.
way.
Yeah.
That's so shitty. Hey, wait, I'm
know.
investigating this. Voiceover Pete eating beans?
I don't know what the video's called.
Oh, yeah, this dude's eating beans.
Yeah.
I think I just called it a PSA or something.
Yeah, it just
Oh,
says PSA. Oh, that's so fucking awesome.
Yeah, so there's some good stuff on there, but aside from that, like I don't do any solo stuff. I like having Babby edit my videos. So
Yeah, you do. It's his turn to edit next though, so I'm good.
Oh, you guys do like the trade-off back and forth?
Yeah, we
editing?
traded off.
it's whoever's album gets picked.
Oh,
then they
that's
edit
who
it.
edits. Gotcha.
Yeah, so we had a runner for a while where like Babby was editing like 8 videos in a row.
Holy fucking shit.
The wheel likes me.
Yeah,
I was just getting picked every single episode.
yeah, but I think now I have 3 on deck, so I'm gonna be working for this next couple weeks.
Oh, yeah.
But-
I believe it.
It's okay, I got it.
I mean, considering your channel in nature is like a collaboration type thing, I know that there are some positives. Could you guys give me the pros and cons to having a co-YouTube channel, if you can call it that?
The pros are, I mean, we get to make videos together, and we're a million times it's like people join together and then something happens and then they split off and not do it anymore. That's not happening here.
Well,
And we have the same level of excitement, I would like to think, about making content.
Yeah.
The cons or comments are not directed towards one person usually, so it's very open-ended, and replying to people is difficult because we have to sign our comments. So it's a little disjointed, but this is like the first time I think we're like, hey, our channel is one identity now, and we can actually like go forward. Before it was like I was making content, we were making a podcast, we do all these different stuff, but
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd have any cons, because like it isn't like we're seeking like different artistic directions with the channel or anything, because it's like we have pretty much the same sensibilities in how we approach making stuff. So like I think even if you go like from video to video, I don't know if you'd be even able to tell like that someone else edits, like, I don't think you'd be able to pick apart a Jerry video from a Babby video. So I don't know. There's not a whole lot of cons. It's just nice having to do half the work.
That's nice to hear. I'm glad you guys didn't have like some shit where it's like, nah, I want to fucking react to this album. Like, nah, I'm reacting to this album. You guys
That's why we did the
huge ass
wheel.
fight. Yeah. Is that where that wheel came from? The love it or hate
is.
it?
yeah.
Yes.
You guys don't fight over albums.
Exactly. Or even the possibility of like what some person overstepping another person. It's gotten bad that we're literally making decisions just by spinning an online wheel now. Like, what game do we play tonight? And then we both don't have an opinion, so we just spin a wheel. It's getting bad.
Yeah, it's honestly not a bad way to go about it. Because
Yeah.
everyone gets the right answer.
Right.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. I know you guys mentioned it, and I usually hold off this question until a little later, but since we're on the topic, it's a little too good not to bring up. You were talking about comments, and I want to know, because every YouTuber that I've ever talked to has one. What is a comment that you've gotten that's just been like living in your head rent-free that you haven't had the platform to speak about that you want to get off your chest?
I'm gonna let Jerry go first.
Oh, okay. Oof. So this is a spot for me to kind of rant.
Oh, please go wild.
Okay.
I love hearing these stories.
Okay, so we reacted to Wilco's it's Yankee Hotel Foxtrot, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we reacted to that. I think to this day it's my least favorite thing we've reacted to. And I did not hold back at all in that reaction. Like at the end I like really like laid into it, like why I really hated that album. And I don't know if I have any specific comments, but like I know there were some people that were like, you need to know a little bit more about music theory before you hop on and do these music type videos. And like they were pointing, because I think like one of us said that there was like Nirvana influence in this, like
There was a bass line that felt grunge, like, so I called it out, and then apparently that was a red flag, apparently.
Yeah. It was like, okay, we bring up that there's Nirvana influence in like a early 2000s like alt country. Like that's not, too out of the ordinary. But apparently, the Wilco stands were angry at me more specifically than Babby. Because, Babby really liked it and I really didn't. But yeah, in a positive note, we have gotten a couple comments that I'm hot, and I like those comments.
Multiple.
This
Those are
ego
good
boost
comments.
respect.
I think there's been like 3 or 4.
What can I say? They
It's
love
strange.
me.
Yeah.
Not strange. It's
Okay,
normal.
sorry.
It's a adequate reaction.
I'm
I
not
think.
used to it.
Yeah, no parasocial relationships here. Come on, man.
Right. yeah.
Absolutely.
No, I think our comment section's pretty civil, and I like that there's discussion had. One of the earliest albums we did was In Rainbows.
Yes.
Oh,
That was very controversial because I knew Jerry didn't like Radiohead. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna try to put the most like accessible one in there and see. The results were varied. He didn't hate it. He wasn't very negative, and he did one joke bit, and then everybody took it out of context and got mad.
yeah.
I'm looking through the comments now to look at some beautiful reactions to this.
Yes.
I should be looking through them also. I'm sure there's some that I'm not thinking of.
A lot of these are just kind of sad. Like I found one. It was just pretty much just saying, "I know that he doesn't like Radiohead, but at least he's honest."
Yeah.
That's a wholesome one,
They're-
honestly.
Yeah, there's some good ones. We don't really get a lot of like people that are like really angry. This is not a Fantano comment section at all.
That's a septic tank. Oh god.
Oh yeah.
Paid
Oh
to
yeah.
fish through that shit. Hell no.
The only running meme we have is just people putting boy time in the comments randomly. That's kind of started.
Because it's
I
a
don't know
great
where it
branded
started.
name, man. You guys did your job
Yeah, I mean,
making sure
it's
the
catchy.
brand works.
Yeah. I mean, we worked on it for years, so we gotta.
It was a years-long setup. and went through at least 50,000 re-edits, and
Yeah, that's
finally
true. The
landed on
thumbnails
Boy Time.
changed like 17 times. Everything changed, but yeah, I like our comment section. Even when people like disagree with us, it's always civil.
Yeah, it's civil. I was looking through them when you guys
Yeah.
were. I was expecting. I'm like, oh, let's see these terrible comments, but they're very nice. They're all
They're
just
pretty
like, yeah,
mild. Yeah.
I understand where you're coming from, and I like it. It's pretty much what the comments are. It's respectable.
It's good. We
Yeah.
were trying to make like a no gatekeeping community.
Smart. That's the best kind of
Especially,
community.
yeah, and we do a large variety of albums, so we're trying to keep it as open as possible.
Okay.
Because that's the worst thing is when like someone will say, "Oh, you need to listen to this, this, and this before you can speak on this."
Yeah, those people are fucking annoying.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, considering you guys have like a good hefty amount of content, and I guess this can go between the podcast. Actually, change my mind. We're gonna do two sections. We're gonna do podcast and the Boy Time main channel. What are each of your favorite videos that you've made?
Ooh. Oh.
And consider this as a advertisement. If this is the first time you're hearing of the name Boy Time, think of this as an advertisement. What do you want the people to look for? Like, where do they beeline into after they listen to this to go check out Boy Time?
I really liked our best of 2020 gaming video that I made. I basically compiled like everything that I thought was like the best out of our gaming content and put it in one video. That one I really like. I go back to that one and watch it sometimes. That's kind of the peak of our gaming content, and then it kind of fell off after that. Podcast wise, I feel like there's a couple that are like sprayed between podcasts. We had a Last of Us 2 like discussion when it came out last year.
And was the
very
comment section
in-depth.
not a septic tank there either?
I don't know. I don't remember. I don't know if we had many comments on that video, if any. But
No.
we were both reaching a breaking point of being angry at people just not talking about the actual game. So we kind of had like a incredibly like in-depth discussion and rant about it. That's like the one that sticks out to me right away.
Man, I think like my favorite podcast episode we've done, there's a lot of the earlier ones. It took a really long time for our podcast to kind of find its footing. I like where it's at now, but it really didn't become that until our 100th episode.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm like, if you go back, which I don't recommend anyone does, but if you go back and find like the earlier ones, it's pretty much just like us like talking about our days and like how's your week been? This is what's going on in my life, and it's like that's not very good entertainment. But now we're kind of like, okay, we have like I have like all these notes organized by like movies, TV, gaming, music, miscellaneous, and then who asked for this. And so I have these segments, and I've kind of sorted everything out. So I would say that probably the 100th episode special is my favorite episode we've made of the podcast. And then my favorite video, I think my favorite video that I've made is the Fun Some Nights review,
Yes.
which was our April Fool's Day. Was that last year?
It was last year. We were doing I was doing a Tame Impala discography go through, and that was like the first time our channel really got traction. So as an April Fool's joke, we uploaded. I'd like put the title as Tame Impala and everything, and he made a review to Fun Some Nights. So we completely just like fake newsed it on April Fool's.
Smart.
Yeah, it was the last Tame Impala one that you had to.
Yeah,
react
it was the
to,
last
too.
one, and people were like, "Please finish it."
And then I like come out in like a dress shirt and a tie, and like I like used painter's tape to like tape up a lot of these like really old records that I got just on my wall, and I'm just like going really in depth on Fun Some Nights. It's a great video. I think it's really funny.
Yeah, I love that one.
So those are the main ones you want people to go to after this. This is the prime example of what boy time is.
I think so. Those are underrated videos too. I don't think a lot of people know about them.
It's a certified hood classics.
Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Considering this topic is going to be a little out of the realm of, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not going to be relevant by the time this comes out. But I'm curious, what are your guys' expected albums of 2021, considering all the music you've listened to on the channel?
I've been doing a lot of thinking about our end of the year lists. We are filming that in a couple weeks. I've been listening to a lot. I think Injury Reserve takes number one for me. That's kind of solidified.
Great pick.
Yep. I think that has to be solidified number one. There's a lot. We had JPEG Mafia. That was recently.
It's classic.
Donda, obviously, I'll have to talk about. We had Tyler. Vince Staples' album was really good. I feel like people overshadowed that because it was short, but don't miss that one, please. But those are all hip hop I listed. What else we got? Little Sims, of course. Black Country New Road is incredible. We did a first reaction to that, so check that one out. But that has not left my playlist, so that one's gonna be pretty high up too. But those are just a couple. I don't want to list my whole list here.
Yeah, no spoilers.
Yeah,
No spoilers. Dude, come on, man.
Man, I'm trying to think of. I think my favorite album of the year is probably Silk Sonic.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man, I love that thing. It's not perfect. I'll be the first to admit, but honestly, I don't listen to a whole lot of like new stuff. I got to get caught up on all the stuff that the comments want me to get caught up on first. So I have to do right by them before I do right by me. So, I listened to, I don't even know. I wrote down everything I listened to that actually came out this year, and it was like 8 things.
Holy fuck.
Yeah. And I'm like, oh, this list thing that we're going to do at the end of the year is going to be rough. So I'll have to, I'll have to do some, I'll do some brainstorming.
We'll balance it out.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
I have some ideas, but
I was gonna do a top 50, and then I'm like, wait, I need to incorporate everybody, and I don't want to do top 50 in it. Yeah.
Oh my god.
I had it ready, but no, we want to include Bab Jab, and he's got 25. So I think, Jerry, are you just gonna do like what you've listened to this year? Is that
I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm either gonna do that, or I'm gonna do top albums that we reacted to, and then just rank what we've reacted to.
Yeah.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Which I think that might be what I do.
Yeah, consider if it's just 8th, then it'd just be like a ranking video. Like,
yeah,
the stuff I've heard, this stuff's good.
Yeah,
and some of it isn't.
I mean, you got Silk Sonic up there, so that's kind of
Silk Sonic,
a newer one. I still need to listen to the new Silk Sonic, but I hear people just praise that thing like no else. Can you give me like an elevator pitch of why I should listen to the new Silk Sonic album?
Well, do you like 70s funk and R&B?
I can get down with some 70s funk and R&B.
Then you're gonna like this album.
Okay.
It's pretty much just as simple as that. Okay. Yeah. I love the funk. So
he loves the funk, man.
Absolutely. So I knew like as soon as Leave the Door Open came out, and then Skate came out later, I was like, this is gonna be an absolute slam dunk, and it was.
Smoking Out the Window is everyone's favorite, right?
That's mine.
I think that might be mine now, but we didn't. I think neither of us listened to the single before we listened to the album. We were saving it for the reaction.
Smart.
But yeah, I think that's one of my favorites. It's definitely up there. Yeah.
All right. Interesting. Maybe I'll have to check out this legendary Silk Sonic that I've heard about.
I'd recommend it.
It's pretty short too. You can knock it out in like half an hour.
I'm a fan of shorter ones. Not gonna lie.
Sure.
Do you guys like longer or shorter albums?
It depends. So something that's like 40 minutes and like no filler, then I prefer that. But
okay.
I mean, there's a couple that'll be like To Pimp a Butterfly's an hour 20, and it seems like it's 30 minutes. I don't know. It depends. I can't do like an art pop like drone album for an hour. Then I get bored. But most other things I can stay engaged.
I'm a short album boy.
I'm a short album man too.
Yeah, I don't like my time to be wasted. So if there's like any fat, I don't like that.
No, that's very smart. Yeah.
Yeah. So that might actually be my shortfall, because I think that kind of comes through a lot in the reactions, where it's like, this song took like 30 seconds too long to get to where it was, so I'm not gonna like it.
I think that was my biggest issue with Donda. I think it was just way too long.
I agree. I didn't even finish it. Yeah.
Really?
No. Yeah. I'm not the biggest Kanye fan, so like I tried, and then I was like, I just can't get through it. And then Babby made me a playlist. It's called Donda, but it's shorter, and that's still 54 minutes. And
holy shit, that's
I had to take the best of the best. And
that's really funny, actually. Donda, but shorter.
Honestly, I haven't listened to that either. I know I probably shouldn't have said that, but
Caramba.
I'm
Drama.
sorry. This is what's gonna tear apart the channel.
Yep, it's over.
It's Kanye.
It's always Kanye.
Wait, Babby, what was your favorite song off of Donda?
Off the Grid or Come to Life. Actually, Life of the Party is out now, so I'm gonna throw that up there too.
I don't know if I count Life of the Party, but I mean...
Yeah, I don't know. I can't tell if the thing's even done yet, so I don't really know how to judge it as an album.
It didn't have the sample. Oh, yeah, that's true. Then the Life of the Party song didn't even have, like, the sample in it. Fucking, like bleeped itself out. It was just really weird.
Yeah, and then he uploaded the single version that's explicit, but not the one on the album. So it's like, okay, I have to go search for that. But I don't know. I feel like Off the Grid is kind of like the banger of the year that everybody
Off the Grid's
knows.
a banger. I watched a meme of someone just like put like just some horribly shitty like 2-pixel GIF and then had fucking Off the Grid playing, and I just associate that with it now. So it just makes it it's kind of funny every time I listen to it. I'm like, I love this song. Kanye's so fucking goofy, man.
He is. I'm glad on the deluxe that the Globba Lobba Love sample.
They gave him his
got
whole
extended.
verse, dude.
Yep.
They gave him his whole verse. I was so happy for him.
Yeah, it's been. I went deep into the rollout. I was listening to all the listening parties and stuff.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I got like entranced in the Kanye fandom for like a month. Never again, by the way. I'm never going back.
I was gonna say that's a dangerous place. You want to
It
talk
is
about
a
horrible
dangerous
comment
place.
sections? Ooh.
Yeah.
Boy.
But that's where I got the news on the album updates. So every week on the podcast, it'd be 30 minutes of Donda updates because it'd be literally every week. But
I remember for a stretch there, it was literally like for 5 or some weeks. It's like, Donda didn't come out. Damn, bro.
it was painful.
Yeah.
No, it was wild. Wacky and wild, just like Kanye himself. So, gentlemen, speaking of Kanye West and dropping albums, that was just a segue. I didn't know where it was going. What are some albums that you were, or artists you're anticipating to drop in 2022? Because this podcast is coming out in 2022. Sorry for the late release, but, you know, time slots work how time slots work, man. What are you going to do?
Oh, I think we both have the same answer for one of them.
Yeah.
Kendrick needs to come back.
Oh, yes.
I hope he doesn't drop this month because it will mess up my list and my entire month. So please don't do that.
Kendrick, please don't.
Who else is due? Please don't. I mean, I won't be mad, but I kind of will be. Who else needs to drop? I think Pusha T is scheduled to release soon.
Oh, yeah, he did just kind of release fucking Daytona. Yeah. He's just like, I'm out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
Like, not even 30 minutes, and then he's gone.
No.
Man, I don't know. I want
Wasn't The
more like a
Weeknd?
Mine, but he just had like an EP, so now I don't know if he's dropping again.
Oh, was what's the name? Was it 2.5?
2.5, yeah.
That was an EP.
Yeah.
Really?
At least he said it was.
Oh, really?
But
Okay. It was hella short though. That's why I was. Like,
It was,
It
yeah.
could go both ways.
Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head, though. Actually, there's that Radiohead side project that needs to come out. The Smile or whatever that is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that needs to come out next year.
I'm open for The Weeknd. 'Cause he
Oh, yeah.
dropped that disco song that like this year, and well, he's going back on tour next summer, right? That's so. I mean, he's probably gonna drop next year. I'm excited for that.
Probably. Oh yeah. I keep forgetting that fucking what's it called After Hours came out 2019, right?
I think it was 2020.
Was it 2020? Let me see.
I think it was.
Dig
Yeah.
gander, man.
It feels a long time ago.
Yeah, that's why. It probably was like 15 years ago, but no, After Hours. Let's give me a gander.
Yeah,
I
it says
think Blinding
2020.
Lights came out in 2019.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
probably it.
2020. Yeah, March 20. Yeah, that's why. Man, decades ago, am I right, guys?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I think this next one's going to be a companion piece to After Hours, though.
Really? Is he being character?
I
think so.
have no idea.
That'd be
Probably.
lit. That'd be lit if he was.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that. I'm trying to think of even stuff that I'm looking forward to next year. I kind of had a lot of my artists drop this year, and then they dropped like very underwhelming records.
Ooh. Give me some
Yeah.
examples.
Well, Casey Musgraves.
Oh,
Man.
really?
Yeah, off of Golden Hour. Frick. Then going into Starcrossed, being... I wouldn't say it's like a complete disaster, but it's not very good.
She had some bangers on there. There were some TikTok certified classics.
there were a couple.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's some good songs, but it's like, it's not Golden Hour good.
Okay.
And Lil Nas X dropped this year.
Oh yeah.
You weren't a big fan of Monteo.
Oh, I was a bit. Oh, wait. I need to clarify that I do actually like Montero. I was just thinking of artists that I've been
Just
following.
naming people.
That dropped.
Okay.
Yeah. In terms of disappointing albums, we got John Mayer. I'm
you're
a
John
big
Mayer
John
boy.
Mayer. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And he dropped Sob Rock, which I think is his worst album yet. I don't think that's a hot take either. It's pretty bad. So, kind of disappointing year for me, but that's okay. On to greener and better pastures next year, I suppose.
Yeah, I guess that's a good way of looking at things. What about you, Babby? What were some artists that you had that were severely lacking in the new album department?
I think most everybody held up, to be honest.
Really?
Let me see. I'm trying to think. I guess Benny the Butcher dropped, I think Plugs I Met too. And it did not live up to the first one, which I guess was kind of disappointing because I don't really listen to that anymore. Casey Musgraves, because I was just getting into Golden Hour, and then we did the reaction to the new one, and we were excited. And then I listened to the album again the next day. I'm like, why did I like this on camera? Now everybody's gonna it's gonna feel like a fake reaction now.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like everybody else kind of lived up. Like I got what I wanted in pretty much every sector. That's why I have 50 albums I can list off for top of the year.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
50. That's a lot of music. Like, for real. 50 best, not even like total 50. That's nutty.
Yeah. I've probably listened to 60 and I'm taking the best 50. But
You should make like a 50, like my top 50, and have the video just be like 2 hours long.
ooh yeah, I'll just talk about every single one in depth.
Talk about every single one, and then have the other people talk about it in depth, super
Yes.
crazy. That'd be lit. That'd be a great
A
video.
6-part series, an HBO documentary.
It takes like 4 months to produce. It comes out like April.
Yeah. It's not
God.
even going to be relevant.
I'm already trying to give myself a couple weeks to edit this one. That's like crazy.
Okay, all right, interesting. Well, boy time. There's a question that I'm curious about. What's the upcoming stuff like for the channel? Do you have anything in the pipeline that you're ready to release or thinking about, like reacting to?
We have asked people for recommendations, and they have given us a lot of stuff. Our wheel has like 30 things on it, so we need to go through those. So we'll expect a marathon of that stuff in 2022, or current year as you're listening to this. But yeah, expect a marathon of that stuff because we're severely backlogged. But
Gotcha.
Yeah.
hopefully some more first reactions to stuff depending on what comes out. I know we'll probably do The Weeknd, and Kendrick. I know those will happen whenever they drop. But I don't know. I feel like we're going kind of steady right now. I'm liking where we're at.
So no, you don't fudge the numbers or anything like that. You're like, yeah, we'll have a random wheel, quote unquote, and then just kind of react to what you guys pick.
Exactly.
Hey, we don't usually respin the wheel. We've only done that a couple times when Grimes
once,
got
I
picked.
think.
And I was not down
You weren't
for
ready
that.
for Grimes, bro.
I was
which
not.
which album?
It
I
was
can't even
the
pronounce it.
Misanthro.
Oh, Misanthropocene.
Yeah, that one.
Yes,
The new one.
that was the one that was recommended to us. But
That was you had to skip it, man. That's really funny.
yeah,
We might return to it later. but
maybe.
When everyone's feeling up for it, when you got the stomach for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll have
What was
to,
the
like,
other one you had to skip?
I think we skipped it twice.
We did skip it twice because we spun twice and it popped up both times. They're like, this is a bad omen. We need to get it out of here.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. So guys, if you're listening to this, spam them about Misanthropocene.
Oh,
now you
jeez.
know that
Hey,
they're
I'll
not
listen to
actually
it.
super random. They
I'll
actually
listen to it.
they kind of fudge the numbers a little bit.
Just on that one.
I'm confidently like that's the only time we've done that, and I'm proud of us.
It's just Misanthropocene by Grimes.
Just that
Y'all
one.
just hate Grimes, man.
I guess. I mean, I feel like it was at a time where Jerry was like going through 2 albums that he didn't really like, and then he got Grimes as the next one. And he's like, I don't want to do this.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That's
Yeah,
very
maybe
funny.
sometime. We'll see.
That's very funny.
Yeah.
So before we end the podcast, I'm just curious for my own volition. Do you guys have anything else that you're passionate about besides music?
Ooh. We do a lot of movie and TV discussion on the podcast. That's kind of our other thing that we do as a group. Personally, I'm a designer, so everything artsy, that kind of crap.
Respect.
That's my area. But that's kind of what I got going on.
I'm a big movie guy. I would consider myself more a movie guy than a music guy.
True.
Just in my own, spot. I think I've been to the theater like 5 or 6 times already, like in the past couple months. Like I've been going like twice a weekend,
Going hard in the
catching all
paint.
the stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
So, that's why I've only listened to 8 albums this year. Is
Because you were in the movie theater for the rest of the time. I got you.
Absolutely. Yeah.
All right. Since we talked about top albums, it's only fitting we talk about top movies.
Oh well, frick. There's been a lot of good stuff that came out this year.
There was a lot of good stuff.
I think my favorite thing that's come out this year is Wes Anderson's movie The French Dispatch.
Oh, The French Dispatch with Spider-Man. What's his name?
Tom Holland's not in that.
No, not. Oh shit, the other guy.
Timothy
Fuck, you're right.
Chalamet.
Telling me, yeah, goddamn. I don't know why I thought he was Spider-Man. I'm a fake fan.
Well, hey, you got to go see the new movie. Well, actually,
true.
never mind. That's going to be old news by the time this comes
It's
out.
not in theaters anymore. I tried to see it.
Already? I feel like that just came out.
Nope. Yeah, it's gone already.
God damn.
At least in my area.
It's been super selective. Like I was like checking it every single week, trying to wait for it to come to my theater, and then it came for I think 2 weeks, and then it was gone.
Oh yeah, that's how it was for the Lighthouse around my parts.
Oh yeah.
Trying to find that in theaters was a fucking pain in the ass. I don't even think I did.
I don't know why they do
I think I ended up
that.
getting like the Blu-ray or something and watching it.
Yeah, I think I streamed it too, but that was just because I heard about it after. But yeah, like Last Night in Soho, Edgar Wright, also super good. Dune, that's a classic already. That's some top-notch sci-fi right there. I'm trying to think. Like a lot of the stuff I've seen has been kind of mediocre, but those are like the standout ones right now.
What about you,
feel like I'm
Babby?
going
What are your
Dune,
top
too.
films?
I feel like I'm going Dune. Last Night in Soho was good, but I wanted it to get pushed a little farther. I feel like the ending kind of like took me out of it a little bit. But I mean, I'm gonna go Dune. If we're talking like top movies that I've seen this year, I gotta go with Twin Peaks Fire Walk with Me that we just did.
You're a coward.
The 90. Hey, it's the best thing I've seen this year, I think, movie wise. But which is weird because that movie got bashed.
I don't think Fire Walk with Me. The original Dune got bashed. I don't think Fire Walk with Me had a bad reception.
It still got hate, but it was from the time period. I think people like it now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think of this year, I think Dune was very pretty to watch.
Okay. Do you guys ever think about making a movie? Just somewhere down the future?
Oh God, that's up to Jerry. He's the film guy.
Yeah, considering that we got the film major here, yeah.
Well, I'm not in film school anymore. But I was, and then like, man, the film community is so toxic. I just had to get out of there. But yeah, no, I've made a couple short films. I've been on set a couple times with student stuff. I'm pretty sure. Well, my film school that I was at was in Savannah, Georgia, and they were like, I got a couple emails to go on set to Ozark.
Oh shit! Yeah, that
Captain
big-ass Netflix
Marvel
show. Oh
Yeah.
shit!
But I didn't do it because I am a coward. I should have. I'm really kicking myself now because I hadn't seen Ozark, and we just watched that this year, and I'm like, oh, I could have been there for season 3. That would have been so cool.
That would have been lit.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of ideas for movies. It's just, making it. I'm more of a writer. So I don't, being on set, set life is like 6 a.m. to 6
Chaos.
p.m.
Yeah, it's
like
gross.
6 days a week, which is why everyone's going on strike right now.
Mm-hmm.
So who knows? Maybe someday down the line when they get all this figured out and it becomes a little bit of like a nicer environment, maybe
Yeah.
I'll see. But that's not my current plans right now.
Okay, it's respectable. Mm-hmm. All right, boy time. As we start to wrap down, I wonder, where do you guys see yourself in 5 years? Where do you see the Boy Time channel, the Boy Time podcast? Where do you see that in 5 years?
Ooh. I think we're going to revolutionize the reaction game with our deadpan reactions and our insightful commentary.
You're going to revolutionize it like Jinx revolutionized it, but in a different, non-shitty way.
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't thought of
We're going to be interviewing Fantano. He isn't going to be interviewing us.
Ooh, that'd be lit, dude.
Yeah. But I don't know. Honestly, the channel's changed so much and it's been 3 years that I have no clue. I feel like the music thing sticks and I enjoy doing it. So it's just kind of up to how far we want to go with it. I'm sure we'll get more creative and stuff eventually. But I like our formula now.
I don't know. Probably the same thing. It'd be nice to turn this into a career if we ever get that kind of following and can, garner that kind of support. But right now I'm taking things one step at a time. We're cruising and, I like where we're headed, but I'm not going to get ahead of myself,
All right. That's totally fair. But can you at least promise me one thing?
Of course.
In those 5 years, can you please react to Misanthropocene? You got it now. If you're dodging it like that, you got 5 years to do it.
Okay.
You got to promise me within those 5 years it'll happen.
We can make that work.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Cool.
For you, I'll do it.
Thank you, boy. I appreciate it. Thank you, Jerry and Babby. I appreciate you. And I also appreciate you coming out on this Big Fish podcast. Thank you for stopping by. It was a fun time.
Thanks for the invite. We've never been on another podcast before.
Is it a weird dynamic? Is it weird knowing that after you record this, you're like, damn, I don't have to edit this?
That's crazy. Content without editing is something I've never... every time we have a really good idea, it's like, oh, I have to edit it, though.
Yeah.
So, this is nice.
That's crazy. Yeah, you just get to send it off, and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
all right, I don't have to worry about that anymore.
This is going to be nice.
Finally, a break. What I've been eating.
Go back to edit the other 5 videos I have to make.
Back to the other 8 Brockhampton reactions.
Yep, because we got to do all those.
Hell yeah. So before I let you off the hook with this Big Fish podcast, see what I did there? Any lasting words, any leaving words that you'd like to leave with the people before I kick you off the boat?
Ooh. Listen to Injury Reserve. Do it.
Oh, it's great.
People
Great last words.
talked about it enough. Yeah.
You gotta dance like there's nobody watching, love like you'll never be hurt, sing like there's nobody listening, and live like it's heaven on earth.
These are some
That's
great
a quote
final
that
words.
I came up.
Bars.
Those are beautiful final words.
Thank you. Yeah, I thought of that all by myself.
No. Thank you for stopping by this podcast. I appreciate it, guys. Everyone's links will be down in the description if you'd like to check out Boy Time, the Boy Time podcast. And I bet by the time this goes up, if Anchor FM, it looks enticing enough, I imagine it's going to be on major streaming service if I got to put my 2 cents in there.
It is for sure, yeah.
But you know what is on the major streaming services? The Big Fish podcast. You're either listening to this on YouTube or you're already on major streaming services. If you're on one, then the other one exists. You're on YouTube, it's on major services. If you're on services, it's on YouTube. Just type in the Big Fish podcast or wherever you are. You can look in the description of wherever you're listening to right now, and you can find the link to where all the master stuff is. This has been Boy Time with Babby Jerry. I've been Jake, and as long as you remember to tell the Boy Time podcast to listen to Grimes Anthropocene, because I think it's funny if you tell them, then you're all set. So thank you for watching. I appreciate it, and have a pleasant day.